And of Jasmine Anne Cooray.
The wine and it's gone straight to my cheeks. Try to do that. I've done many horrendous jobs, and one of these horrendous jobs was I used to work for a charity in a call centre. Oh, it was the worst thing. It was the worst. About that. Also, why, like, introvert in a call, it's just like the worst idea. Anyway. The only thing lonelier than silence is talking to someone who hates you. The tables are a skyline of energy drinks, wet wipes for the headset mic, though we fall ill anyway. Cackling microbes leap into our mouths like gap year teens into a lagoon. Mr. Paul in Swindon doesn't have any money for Syria. Nobody wants to hand over cash to a voice pumped with an anus rocket of commission and aspartame. You speed through the script until Captain Dave, up front, invites you to listen to your call, pausing to pull apart each cheery phrase as if parting a scalp for lice. You can hear crumpling in your insides, the strained pep, the pistol of an overdraft at your temple. Listen to Tabitha, says Dave. While Panto season sleeps, Tabitha's here, permanently rouged, her faux cockney gabble like a trampoline she has a hole in. Though this you don't say, because Tabitha is queen here, high-fiving newbies, lapping the room at each cell. You get back on your calls. Hunger for natural light. You want so desperately to take no for an answer. This next poem is, I used to spend a lot of time in Finsbury Park, and there was a market trader there. I never knew his name, but I loved him. In a kind of appreciation from a distance kind of way, not in a secret stalker kind of way. But it's a tribute to him, and he never knew about this poem, and maybe it will get to him one day. It's called The Call. He has hands like Shiva, one in the navy change belt, one pointing at avocados, crackly skinned cantaloupes, other hands weighing, bagging, pinching the corners of brown paper bags, flipping them sealed and taut. Over commuters scurrying homeward, the voice launches like a whale plume, arching over waves. Banana, banana, lovely bit of cherry. Each phrase coming round as if unclaimed on a luggage carousel. A voice perfect for shifting goods before the sun punches wounds into peaches or slackens each grape to an old balloon. He takes an "all right, darling," serves it to me with a wink and 2 punnets of strawberries. It is late in the day. On the kitchen counter, the hall will reveal pink slime, bruised berries weeping under more perked candidates. But it's the call, not the fruit, that draws me. Past the supermarket, its disinfected leaves in cellophane, earthless spuds, and the quack of self-service machines churning punters through on their cold, flat song. Okay, this is a poem about men in clubs. And came to me. My friend was doing an impression of a bird of paradise. Birds of paradise are amazing. They have so many different ways of attracting their mates, and so this arrived. It's not personal. Like, I have been all of these people as well in clubs. Steve-O fights the sound system with a series of jokes to no one. Winks when he catches an eye. See, she liked that one, he caws, retwisting his crest of wilting gelled spikes. Dylan corners a blonde on her way to the loo, hips thrusting back and forth, fertility goods straining against his bright brass zipper. But Jamie has the best nest lining. At least that's what he'd like you to think. Gold watch glinting under passing mirrorball spots. Photographs of a cherubim nephew on cue to soften your eyes, stir the womb. He'll score, kiss her pretty neck too hard in a damp corner, which is more than can be said for Seamus, in his star sunglasses, pink nylon fill shirt, glacé cherry glistening between nicotine teeth. He mimes reeling them in on a fishing line across the club that the floor jolts and parts like a shoal. A disco Lothario, still mateless at closing time, he doesn't falter at the gradual trickle of couples, close, stumbling streetward. The night is young, he slurs, elbows sliding off the bar, twirling the bouncer on the way out. I suppose this is a poem about the other side, not the other side, one of the other sides. And I'm quite nervous because I've never read it before. But I suppose sometimes when you lose someone, you look for them again in other forms of relationship. So it's called Dining with Daddy. I look for a kind glint in the eye. Laughter lines, white beginning its slow occupation of beard. He wants to know if I am limber enough to climb under the tired machine of him and make it purr again, though this is just dinner and will only be dinner. However rich the mead of my voice becomes, nighttime radio, the hint of Lauren Bacall. I look around the restaurant long enough to let the lamplight climb my shoulder, the slope of my neck. I can feel his pulse quicken. The apple jumps in his throat. In my mind, a scene rustles over the top of this one like tracing paper. A playground cafe where a different old man peers over newsprint at his little girl, wipes her face clean of donut sugar and jam with a grey handkerchief. I blink back to where my companion lists desserts, opt for a tiramisu. I let him feed it to me slowly, the tip of my tongue flashing glimpses of white. He puts on my coat. I do not let him touch my waist. He must stay on the right side of desire, where men, after tending their seedling daughters, watch them shoot into beautiful trees, but cannot climb them. This is the last poem I'm going to do for you. Thank you for listening so attentively and for bothering to come out in the cold, dark nights. It means a lot. I suppose this is about knowing that you fucked up and trying to say sorry about when you fucked up and it not really going to plan. It's called Making Amends. The ex arrives at the small anonymous cafe neither of you knew before. After the small talk, you fumble around in the past for old ugly things trapped like fossils. Slowly, the table is littered with memories that sit awkwardly among the cups and sugar, like children ushered forward by parents to apologise for a smashed window. As you lay them out, the words you practiced threaten to bitter your throat like bile, though now each "I'm sorry" that leaves your mouth feels hollow as a bubble. The ex looks at you with something between horror, sorrow and rage, because she was just fine, no thanks to you, didn't bag on being dragged back in time by the hair. And there is no guide for this bit, when the thorns of all the hurt you made lie bloody between you, the places they were buried in, smarting once more.
Thank you very much, Jasmine.